much, though. Put it on the edge.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories.
Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Check, check. We've got checking levels from here, and then commercials.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories. Porter's Mountain View Supply.
How's that? That sound good? Check, check, 1. Checking. 1, 2, 3, 4 is all the farther I can count in Espanol, which is not true. I can count a lot higher than that, but.
swag. Gotta.
Buzzer welcomes you into Central Wyoming College on a Thursday night of Patriot Day, 9/11 memorials all day and ceremonies and remembrances. And I was wondering if we would see something special perhaps around the national anthem here, but I haven't got an answer on that, so I'm not sure. Hey, good evening. I'm John Gabrielson. I'll be joined by Devin Davis here in just a few as we get ready for the home opener of CWC volleyball, as the ladies on the court for the first time at home with several returners on this list and taking on a team from Colorado Northwestern out of Rangeley, Colorado here today. And I think both teams have to be fairly optimistic coming into this. Central coming in with a 2-10 record. On the other side, 2-5. And both are on kind of downsides right now. Central has lost 5 in a row. Colorado Northwestern has lost 3 in a row. We'll take a better look at the standings here coming up in just a little bit. Let me first of all tell you that our pregame coverage is brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply with locations in Casper and Riverton. They're on Sunset and Federal in Riverton. PortersMVS.com, our pregame sponsor. Don't have a halftime show during volleyball, so we'll save that for stats. Our friends at YDOT will be, Buckle Up for Life Wyoming, will be providing our halftime show when we get into the basketball season. They'll give us some stats as well as this one goes on. Fremont Chevy scoreboard will be on the screen here in just a little while. We'd like to thank Fremont Chevy for their scoreboard sponsorship. And then Bailey Enterprises will be bringing you the post-game show here on Rustler Media. Appreciate Amanda Nikoloff and the new media class, and Neil and Gordon up here running the cameras for us. Their debut attempt at that, as well as we're in week 3, I think, of school here at CWC, and these two are going to be baptized by fire here tonight as CWC hosting a tournament. 5 other teams, 5 teams total, are here for this tournament, and you have also North Platte and McCook out of the Region 9 South side of the equation. Colorado Northwestern, they're from Region 18. And then you look at Gillette College from the Region 9 North opponents for CWC. They will not be playing each other this weekend, CWC and Gillette. But Gillette College out to a 12-0 start to the volleyball season as well. So those teams will be getting after it this weekend, playing each other. It will be on tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. CWC will be taking on North Platte. Then McCook will play Colorado Northwestern. Gillette plays North Platte at 1. CWC will play McCook at 3. And that concludes CWC's portion of their home event. Then at 5 o'clock, Colorado Northwestern plays Gillette. Then Saturday, McCook plays Gillette. North Platte plays Colorado Northwestern. And those are the games that are happening. You can follow on more at RustlerAthletics.com. And again, CWC's record a bit misleading, coming in at 2-10 right now on the season, and I think they're going to be just fine in the Region 9 battles because they've been playing a tough schedule. Last week at Colorado, or CSI would be a College of Southern Idaho invite. They would play the 4th, 7th, and 8th ranked teams in the country, and they took the 4th ranked team in the country, Utah State Eastern, to 5 games. Ended up losing in the 5th game. So they're on the cusp. They just need that little confidence builder, and maybe that comes tonight here at home against Colorado Northwestern. CNCC on the other side, they've lost 3 in a row, and they've come to Yavapai, Midland, and Arizona Western. They did win against Justice College and the Dakota College at Bottineau. They won there. They also beat Dawson Community College out of Glendive, Montana, losing to Williston and Miles State. Then you look at the CWC side, like I said, Salt Lake, College of Southern Idaho, Utah State Eastern, Arizona Western. They've played some battles with teams that have been highly ranked in the way that things go in the first polls of the season for NJCAA volleyball. Once again, we'll give you a little more in-depth coverage of this game here in just a bit. We'll take our first time out, and we say thanks to Porter's Mountain View Supply, our pregame show first.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Hey, grab me one too.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Getting back to the Porter's pregame show, see some of the views now. Was told that they were taking the basketball hoops up because they interfered with the replay system. And by replay system, it is, well, I'm going to show you what this looks like. If we can go back to the other, to where I get the camera here real quick, I'm going to show you what, in fact, this replay system looks like. It's got to repopulate on me real quick, but NJCAA volleyball right now, these are the 5 cameras that will look at the 2 end lines, the 2 sideline, and then 1 on the net. And so that is what they will look at to see if people are in the net. They'll see if balls are in or out. And so they have to have these cameras installed. This is our first time using them. I thought the baskets were going to be pulled up, but they are in fact still down right now. But we'll work on that for the next one. But yeah, so that's a new wrinkle there as well. You have video review now of balls that are in or out. You also have line judges, obviously, still that still are here doing their thing. And so still have the human factor of things, but now you have the computer AI factor of things, if you will, now with the video review of what's going to be going down here at NJCAA volleyball this season. CWC under the direction of head coach Kim Davis for a 3rd year now, taking over, and she returns 8 with 2 asterisks beside their names. 8 returners for CWC, and I say asterisks. You look at the returners: Nora Rasmussen first, Sarah Maservi, Presley Ryan, Region 9 recipient of some postseason awards last year. Hallie Reeder, who is now Hallie Johnson. She got married in the offseason. You also have Rachel Workman and Lena Whitney. Then you have 2 players back that one you didn't get to see last year because she got injured very early in the season. Lindsay Stewart got injured, tore her ACL early on in the season. The middle blocker from Vernal, 6'3", tore her ACL early. She is back in the mix. There you see her number 12 on the right of the screen, kind of walking out of the screen. And then you also have Paige Tolman back, the Nampa sophomore. She's a redshirt. She went on a mission and is back. So Paige Tolman back in uniform. So essentially 8 returners for CWC on this squad. And then you throw in freshmen like Coco Dennison, also Ella Svensson, Kennedy Noseep, familiar name to Fremont County. She does hail from Billings, Montana, though, but yes, related to the Fremont County Noseeps. Also Emily Van Ginkel, Brinley Birch, Kendall McFadden, Lander Valley High School, and also Quincy Matthews, that are the newcomers to the black and orange, and Kim Davis and CWC. So starting lineups will look a little bit like this as we'll talk about starters for Central, and it's going to be Rachel Workman. She is the sophomore out of Mapleton, Utah, and also you got her as a right side. Lena Whitney was the freshman of the year last year and an all-region 9 performer. Lena is out of Farmington, Utah. She will start today as well. Presley Ryan. Presley getting some postseason accolades in the Region 9 recognition as well, from Santa Quin, Utah, the outside hitter. Wearing number 2 is Nora Rasmussen, a returner from Fillmore, Utah. Went to Millard High School. And then also on the court is Lindsay Stewart, that middle blocker that, as I said, didn't get to play at home last year. I interviewed her earlier this week. She was an all-tournament player last week at the College of Southern Idaho. Had 14 stuff blocks in one game and double-digit stuff blocks in another game, which absolutely has to be, I would think, school game records, because that is an amazing feat for her. And there you see the setter, Quincy Matthews. She's right in the middle of your screen right now, number 24, the freshman out of Payson Senior High School in Payson, Utah. And then back for being the libero tonight is Hallie Reeder Johnson. Again, she got married in the offseason, so Hallie Johnson, her new name. There you see her, number 13 in the middle. You also see that big brace that she's wearing on her right knee. She sprained her MCL, did not play last week at Utah, got cleared to play. She'll be playing, and we'll watch her and see how she does. Talked with her dad, Mike, before the match tonight. I said, has she battled injuries before? And he said never. She's never had an injury, never missed a game or a practice since 5th grade, and then had to sit out last weekend and part of last week as well. But she's back, and she'll battle. And playing that libero position, you know they are not shy, and you're going to have to drag them off of the court when they play that libero position, when those balls come winging in at high speeds, for sure. Again, thanks to Amanda Nikoloff, our new media instructor, and Gordon and Neil are our camera people here this evening, and Amanda taking care of the directing duties. And I would be remiss if I didn't say this, and I'm not sure if he's watching right now, but Francis Obakoya was our engineer, and he was our magic man for 10 years here at CWC. And Francis has left the building, if you will. He's moved on. He's taken another job in another place to be closer to family. And Francis said, I'll be watching sometime. And so, Francis, if you are watching, you are missed, but we wish you all the best where you're at. And knock on wood, I think we have struggled through all this week to try to get it put together without him, and I think we've done it. So big shout out to Francis as well. We're going to get a national anthem here in just a few minutes, and then we'll turn it over to PA announcer Steve Barlow and give you starting lineups. Another thing that is new in this world of volleyball is that you have to do live stats. There has to be a statistician. So Kylan Schultz is doing the stats, and he's got a spotter down there with him, and they will be providing us stats after each game. So we'll enjoy that as well. And there's Kylan right there, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure which side is spotting for him as Steve Barlow leans into the equation right there, but he'll be bringing us the stats. I want to look at some standings real quick, if we can go back to the standings page. Here's the standings right now. And disregard the conference. Those are incorrect. Nobody has played a conference match yet, unless they played themselves because they're the only one with conference leagues, but that's not how it happened. But Western Wyoming 1-12 right now. Gillette's 12-0. Casper's 8-5. LCCC's 8-4. Northwest 5-4 with a new coach. Eastern 4-11. You see Central at 2-10. Those are all their overall records on the season right now. And what I've seen in my 17, 18 years of being here at CWC and the records is those really don't mean a lot, because you got to look at who they play and how things go before you go and throw judgment out there. Let's throw this downstairs to Steve Barlow as we get ready for volleyball at home.
Gymnasium for the Rustlers home opener against CNCC. Before we announce all the players so we know who's here, please rise for the national anthem. Before we announce all the players, I want to just remind everyone to please be respectful of these young ladies, coaches, and officials with all of your actions, your language, and so forth. Please show them the respect that they deserve doing the sport that they love. Thank you. All right, now let's meet all the players. First from CNCC, number 1, Dakota Hall. Number 2, Allison Sandage. Number 4, Lexi LeBleau. Number 5, Kylie Larrabee. Number 7, Riley Hunt. Number 9, Faith Jensen. Number 10, Kayla Medina. Number 11, Caitlin Cox. Number 12, Chloe Groenwaller. Number 21, Dana Anderson. CNC is coached by Coach Casey Quiggle.
He missed number 3, Rylan Jacobs from Parachute, Colorado, as he skipped over.
All right, now let's meet your wrestlers. First, number 1, Coco Dennison. Number 2, Nora Rasmussen. Number 5, Sarah Messervy. Number 6, Paige Tolman. Number 8, Presley Ryan. Number 11, Ellis Swenson. Number 11, Kennedy Noseep. Number 12, Lindsay Stewart. Number 13, Hallie Reeder Johnson. Number 16, Emily Van Ginkel. Number 19, Brindley Birch. Number 22, Kendall McFadden. Number 23, Rachel Workman. Number 24, Quincy Matthews. And number 25, Lena Whitney. The wrestlers coached by head coach Kim Davis. Good luck, ladies.
Central in their home whites, if you will. Orange accents, black on the, actually orange numbers, black accents. Colorado Northwestern. They are out of Rangeley, Colorado, just south of the border. They're in their black uniforms, white numbers, red trim as you look in on the Central huddle. Their first home contest of the season, and of course, it lines up against a big rivalry, Lander versus Riverton playing in high school volleyball tonight. So that, I think, attracting some volleyball fans to that Fremont County Keeper of the Gold battle between those two teams. As you're looking in at the huddle there, Kim Davis in her 3rd season as the head coach of the Rustlers. Casey Quiggle, aka Quigs, is what he's also known as. He is the head coach in his 2nd season at Colorado Northwestern. He was the head coach at Sheridan College, and he had been there a year or two and doing recruiting when Sheridan College axed the sport during COVID. Matter of fact, he had recruited Alexis Motisi, who was from Riverton High School and ended up playing 2 sports here at Central. He had recruited Alexis. She was going to be a Sheridan General, but then they axed the program and she found a home with Darshea Gallard and then also played some basketball for Central. So we are underway. The season home opener for Central. Cross court by Ryan is just wide, and CNCC will take an early 1-0 advantage. Caitlin Cox, a 5'5" freshman out of Rangeley, hometown kid playing in her hometown for her hometown college. Serving, received by Rasmussen. Whitney puts it down away from the block of Groenwaller and bounces it off a player, and kill number 1. Lena Whitney and Presley Ryan will step back to serve. Presley, a 6-foot outside hitter out of Santaquin, Utah. Wearing number 8. I told her before the match, I said, do an underhand jump serve. And she just laughed at me, obviously. And now she goes out there and she gets her 4th service ace of the season. And it's 2-1. Central out in front. Almost another ace as that one just nicked the tape. Block on the outside of Jensen. Now they'll go to the near side. Reeder, excuse me, it's going to be a tough habit. Johnson is, Workman sends that one long, and we are tied at 2. Rachel Workman sending that one just past the end line. 2's on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard with Riley Hunt serving. She's out of Wiggins, Colorado, a 5'10" freshman. Nice serve. Johnson, though, digs it up. Rasmussen kind of rolls, shots it to the deep side past a diving Hunt. And Nora Rasmussen with her first kill. And it will send up Lena Whitney to serve as Lindsay Stewart at 6'3" out of Vernal, Utah, comes in to patrol the middle and pick up the block party where she left off at Southern Idaho last weekend. Short serve by Whitney, nice receive. Partially blocked at the net. Libero Medina got a piece of that one. That one rolls down the line, just inside, nobody home, and Central scores the point. Teams getting scrappy and not huge hits, but enough to be where they're not. And the tally. Cross court. Matthews, that makes Whitney the setter. Workman goes cross. Cox can't get a clean hit on it. And Rachel Workman will put Central up 5-2 with her first kill of the evening. Whitney serving, 5'10", out of Farmington, Utah. Freshman of the year, all Region 9 performer a year ago. At the net, and there's block number 1 for Lindsay Stewart. Again, double-digit solo blocks last week in matches at the College of Southern Idaho. Set back, libero Medina is going to free ball it over, set middle and dropping that one down. Stewart on a nice set. Past Medina and a quick timeout by Coach Quiggle. At 7-2 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. I'm going to try out this little replay system thing that we've got here. This is not official, but here comes a replay here where you see Matthews will set middle, and nice hit right there for Lindsay Stewart. So you can use it as in its intended purpose, I guess, for video review, and we'll use it for replay review right there to watch the nice hit by Lindsay Stewart. It will be interesting. So this is the feed that the officials will look at. They will look at basically what I have access to here. They will get to look at it at 120 frames per second, and you and I will get to look at it at about 30 frames per second. So there may be loss of translation in there. We'll see how things progress as Whitney serves at Medina. To the outside, swing by LeBlue, and another block by Lindsay Stewart. Second one of the night for Lindsay. As I mentioned, had multiple double-digit stuff weekends last weekend, getting to be on that all-tournament team at CSI. 8-2 Central out in front. LeBlue sends it over. Ryan is there. Back set, Workman. That one's just wide, no touch. And out of bounds it goes. As Whitney will come out, libero Johnson back in. Rasmussen and Ryan in the back row with her. Serving is the libero Medina out of Parachute, Colorado. They have a couple, actually they have 3 parachuters on this team, if you will. Rasmussen has to adjust, comes back to the 10-foot line. Set over by LeBlue. Matthews back sets Workman, gets a touch at the net, and Rachel gets a kill, her second of the night. And Coach Quiggle comes out to talk to his team. Again, he coached at Sheridan and recruited a Riverton kid that ended up being a Central kid. Then they axed the program. He worked for Voices of America for a couple of years. He was in Tabor, Kansas, an NAIA school for a couple of years, and now in his second season at Colorado Northwestern. Middle block by Central as Dana Anderson, the 6-foot freshman from Aurora, Utah, is denied. Ella Svensson, she is out of Sweden, 5'10" freshman. Is Ella? She will serve and receive. That one's going to go out. Jensen sending that one into the Central bench, and it's 11-3 Central. Again, both teams trying to end little losing streaks. Central has lost 5 in a row. CNCC has lost 3 in a row. Another block at the net as Paige Tolman gets in on that one with Lindsay Stewart. With Central putting up a formidable front line up there, led by the 6'3" Stewart. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, would have loved to have seen what she could do last year before that ACL tear. That might have been a double, nothing called, and free ball by LeBlue. Central, Stewart touched at the net and down for a kill. Another one for Lindsay Stewart. Central has a double-digit lead early on. 13-3 here in game number 1. Best 3 out of 5 from Rustler Gymnasium. That one was heading wide, trying to bring it back, but it goes over, and they'll call that a back row attack out of the setter, who leapt in the air and knocked it over. (14-3). Svensson from Sweden still serving. Ball just goes to the side of Stewart. I'm not sure if she got a piece of it and against the net and it flopped back, but it ended up coming back. And it scores. You see Coach Davis. (14-4). Rasmussen receives. Stewart throws it deep corner. LeBlue's going to get an attack down the line. Great dig by Ryan. Tolman brings it back. Rasmussen gets a swing. It bounces off the ceiling and will be free-balled over. And a swing by Rasmussen ends it just inside of the line. Great job by Nora, and she'll go back to serve. Appreciate you tuning in on the CWC Rustlers YouTube page. And there is going to be an ace by Rasmussen. And Central with a 16-4 advantage. Jim chiming in on the YouTube chat, rooting for CNCC, as that ball is a back-to-back ace for Rasmussen, as Hunt could not handle that one cleanly. Ace number 17 and 18 for this team's leading server, and how about 19? 3 in a row for Rasmussen, who entered the weekend with 16 aces. She now has 19 aces, shooting 3 in a row. Far and away the leader right now. Quincy has 12, Lena has 13. Now she's got 19 as they'll manage to bring this one back. Back set, Tolman blocked and trying to grab it out of there, out of the block, as Rasmussen can't. And CNCC stops the bleeding. And going back to serve will be Lexi LeBlue, Rangeley, Colorado local high school recruit as well, 5'8" freshman. Ryan receives. Tolman with a left hand goes cross. Hall is there to give the first attempt, and then LeBlue will free ball it over with a set. Ryan off a block, tallies. Presley Ryan, 19-5 Central, and Hallie Johnson will go back to serve, wearing that opposite color libero jersey. Fremont Chevy scoreboard 19-5 Central. First game of the night, blocked by Whitney and Tolman. Jump set backwards by Svensson. Going to a 2-setter rotation is Kim. Whitney pops it over as it kind of pinballs around. Back over in 2 by CNCC. Back row, Rasmussen through the hands of Dakota Hall, and Nora with a kill. 20-5, a 15-point lead with 5 to go for Central here in game number 1, match number 1 of the home season for the CWC ladies. Johnson, near side, Ryan, hard hit, caroms off a block and is dug up by LeBlue in the backcourt. There is a stuff block by Whitney and Tolman at the net, and Central with a 21-5 advantage. And serving is Hallie Johnson, again wearing that knee brace on that right knee for that sprained MCL. She'll serve. Far side hits the antenna on the attempt by Riley Hunt. And Central a 22-5 lead, and I welcome to the broadcast Devin Davis.
Awesome to be back. It's
Should I waited till you were not winded from the stairs? That's what happened to me. I would have to have waited. So, welcome.
Great to be here and have a home game.
Reader. Her name is interchangeable. It's Hallie Johnson now. She got married. That's her 12th ace of the season for Hallie Johnson. And like I said, I talked with her dad before the match, and I'm like, is it Hallie Reader dash Johnson? He's like, whatever you want it to be. So, and so far I've done that. It's been whatever I've wanted it to be. So
I think my wife probably calls her Reader more than Johnson.
Backside, nice dig by Svensson, and free ball Rasmussen. Good return there. Central 2 points away from ending this now. Was that out first? It was. It was behind the antenna before. And it will be game point for Central. A 24-5 blitzing here in game number 1. Johnson to serve. Skims the net. Central has had 4 aces in this match alone, if not 5. And CNCC is going to get the ball as Central pinballs it around to the backcourt just a bit. I believe they've at least had 5 aces, and I believe they've had at least 5 stuff blocks.
The
2 or 3 by Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay has just been on a tear since that CSI tournament.
Great job by Johnson falling down to get that ball playable. She'll dig up another one in the back row. Tolman blocked, pinball, sent over by Svensson. Over the block, Svensson dives, but the tally.
We see a lot of teams do that, or we did last year, where we have such a strong block that they finally figure out we're not going to hit it through it, so we're just going to tip it over.
Gronwaller doing just that as she sent it over the block as Anderson will serve it into the net, and that's how game number 1 comes to an end. 25-7, Central in game 1, bolting out to a 1-game-to-none advantage in the best 3 out of 5 in college volleyball. We'll take a break. We'll come back after this for game number 2. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Our services include hand therapy, orthopedic therapy, pre- and post-rehab, and aquatic therapy, and more. Set up an appointment today in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, or Rollins. FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Out here, we don't measure wealth in dollars. We measure it in peace of mind and freedom. We've grown beyond a single town to something much bigger, elevating how you bank. And it's time our name caught up with who we've become. A credit union forged in iron, retrofitted for possibilities, grand altitude, helping all of Wyoming live a life well lived.
We are getting back to action a little bit early. Still have 30 seconds on the timeout. 3 minutes between matches. And hopefully we'll be able to shoot you some stats here in a minute as they're printing the stats out and handing them to the benches right now. That's One thing that is mandated is live stats at games now, and also the replay ability to be able to overturn net calls and in-out violations. So Svensson will start the second game. Central won the first 25-7. Ryan is there in the back row. Rasmussen comes in. Good dig by Medina. And at the 10-foot line, Faith Jensen puts one over. Now Rasmussen brings it back. Digging it out of there is Cox. Long rally on first point of game number 2. Nice job by Tolman to backhand that over and inside to the antenna. Then a good job by Sandage to do the same thing on the other side. Ryan from the back row. Cross is out by Jensen, and Central gets the point.
That was a long rally, like you said, good scramble. Nice job that time by Paige Tolman to adjust to that set. Way off balance, but still got it over. And Nora thought she was going to serve, but that's how long the rally was.
Ten-foot line. Touched at the net. That might have been the hardest attack of the night, and then she repeats it. That might be the hardest hit of the night for CNCC as LeBlue tattooed that one a couple of different times and got pay dirt on the second opportunity.
Presley was on the ground from the first dig and almost got that on the second kill.
Self-defense mode, I think she had to go into. One apiece. Good block by CNCC. Tolman cross, touch, that might have been sailing out, but Cox kind of, I think instinct took over and she got her hands on it.
I think it's nice always to have Paige up there, just because having a left hand come at you is always a little different than a righty.
2-1 Rasmussen serving. 3 aces in the first set alone. Blocked by Central, but back there to get it is Cox. Roll shot, good dig, Svensson. Back set, Ryan off the top of the net. Joust at the net's gonna go off of Tolman out of bounds, and CNCC will score. And we're tied at 2s. A little more fire out of the Spartans this time.
It looks like they woke up a little bit. Definitely scrappy team.
Again, both teams trying to end skids on the wrong side of the ledger. Central has lost 5 in a row, and CNCC has lost 3 in a row. And then Anderson puts it off the top of the tape. That kind of misdirects and slows it down just enough to be able to score the point. Ryan brings it over. Svensson sends it third shot. Placing that one was Cox, but Central was there, and a swing by Stewart, and she scored it.
I think, you know, Lindsay, this last tournament really showed what her potential is. I think she's finally getting a little bit of confidence.
And I talked with her this week, as there's another ace by Johnson, her second one of the night, and I believe the 6th or 7th one by Central on the evening. I interviewed her earlier this week because she was on that all-tournament team at CSI, and I said, "Are you back 100%?" And she's like, "Yes." And I said, "Mentally too?" And she said, I think this last weekend I finally got to 100% mentally after coming back from that ACL, as Tolman can't get that one to drop over. Because that's always, I think, as much as anything, is the psychological part of the injury as anything.
That I can trust this knee,
right.
You know, and I think you're exactly right.
To which I asked about Hallie and the MCL sprain. Dad told me, as Lena's blocked, that she's not missed a practice or a game since 5th grade till this last 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And how she'll come back, but I don't think any ill effects for her, as that's a 4-hit violation against the visitors, and it's 5-4 Central. Going to see Rylan Jacobs check in. She's a Parachute, Colorado volleyball player. We're also going to see Workman and Matthews back in. Lena Whitney is in with Ryan Rasmussen and Johnson. See, that's where you wanted to call her Reeder, because then of the R's, Ryan Rasmussen, Reeder, but got to go with the Johnson name there. So Quincy Matthews, the freshman, serving, went right at the newly inserted player in the lineup, Jacobs, and another block at the net by Central, Lena Whitney.
And I think that's the part of the game that has been picking up lately is blocking. And we've got a lot of strong front row players, just need to get that block set up in the right place.
Free ball, Medina. Matthews back set, and that one just wide for Rachel Workman.
Good read that time by Rachel, as that line was open, and I think she tried to put it there just a little bit outside of the line.
You know, they say careful what you wish for. We've got these cameras. I've got the views that I can show, and I'm wanting a review, but I really don't, because you scared me when you said one of them early in the season took 10 minutes of a delay, and I don't want a 10-minute delay here.
It was that first, I think the first match they played at Arizona Western.
Yes. That was when their TV guy called her Nora Rasmussen instead of Rasmussen. I said, so Nora, I'm going to call you Moose, and she goes, please don't.
Moose does not fit Nora.
No, it does not. That's
why you want to call her.
Exactly, and that was the name they gave her, Rasmussen. So 7-6. Ryan with a 1-point lead serving. Matthews, Whitney throws it right down to the 10-foot line and tallies another kill.
And I know that's the other thing Coach Davis has really been trying to do, is kind of speed up the tempo a little bit. And that time it worked to the wrestlers' favor.
Well, and because you're my CWC volleyball insider, being married to the head coach and everything, you know, how is she doing? As there's another block at the net by Workman and Whitney. I know she has very high hopes for this team, and to be at 2-10, but also the competition they've played. I don't think it's, you know, any time to panic, but did she think maybe they would be at a different point of this season than 2-10 right now?
I mean, I did, she did, and it's, you know, you had such a big sophomore group coming back.
Yeah.
That
6 that played last year and 2 more that have played here before.
Exactly. You just kind of figured, but it you know, to kind of insert a couple of new setters and everything, it's taken a little bit longer. Plus, and that Arizona trip was a long one.
Right. Rasmussen dug up. 9-7 Central. Sandage. There's a Workman kill from the right side. Goes cross and finds pay dirt. Stewart back into the middle. She's got that knee brace on that right knee from the ACL.
I think it's just trying to find the right lineup. You know, she's worked different combinations, and I think is feeling better about the lineup here in the last few games.
And into the net, they're going to call Sandage on the near side. Crowd likes it. Again, you're competing with the Lander Riverton High School volleyball match tonight on a Thursday. Might hurt your casual volleyball fan attendance here tonight. That game over in Lander, by the way. 11-7 Central. Good dig by Matthews. Whitney, top of the tape, a block. That one wasn't going anywhere because that had not hit the net. It was going to be gobbled up by Lindsey Stewart at the net. And we've got a timeout on the court. 12-7 Central. So we're going to keep it here during this timeout. CWC golfers hosting a 2-day invitational today and tomorrow. They were out on the course, teed off at 1 earlier today. They will play another round of golf tomorrow at the Riverton Country Club.
They played at the worst time of the day, man. It was windy as heck this afternoon.
It's the game of golf.
That's true. I'm a fair weather golfer.
So am I. And what is it? I golf in the 80s. If it's any warmer, I don't play. Right? What's my handicap? It's probably my swing. You know, that type of thing. But, yeah, it was a windy day at about 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon in Riverton. CWC Cross Country is running against Colorado Mountain College. They'll do that in Grand Junction, Colorado, as opposed to up in Leadville up at elevation.
Wow.
Well, of course, Grand Junction's elevation too, but not as much as Leadville. And then the CWC soccer teams are headed down to southern Colorado. They're playing at Otero, which is in La Junta, and Trinidad, which is almost New Mexico. So rodeo team is off this weekend. They will host their rodeo next week. That one just goes wide by Cox, and it's 13-7.
Next week's the rodeo here?
Next week, yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The annual Rustler Roundup Rodeo. Whitney serving that one. Free ball back over. Ryan gets first hit. Matthews then quickly the third. By Stewart. I'd love her facial expression. Just see her just kind of roll her eyes at herself on that hit.
Yeah, because she knows.
A whisker away from pounding that one, but her facial expression was.
I mean, that would have been in front of the 10-foot line easy, I think.
Good minutes for Ryland Jacobs, who comes out for CNCC, and serving Dana Anderson. It says Aurora, Utah, North Sevier High School. I always think of Aurora, obviously, as the Denver area, but
I didn't know
Aurora, Utah. And just when you think you know all the towns somewhere, they spring another one on you. And that ball hit the ceiling and comes down as you see Svensson from Sweden checking into the ball game, and Ella will go back to serve.
We got to have dinner with Ella and her dad Jonas when he brought her out here to Riverton, and I think they're 8 hours ahead of us around that anyway. So,
and she kind of struggled with the elevation, I think, at first as well, just trying to get used to the 5,300 feet or whatever we are here in Riverton. I've only lived here all my life, and I don't know the exact elevation, but
no, she did for sure.
Ball volleyballing around. Stewart sends it wide and out.
Try to push that to the side just a little bit too much.
14-9 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, thanks to Porter's Mountain View Supply for our pregame. Get you some stats after this next game, courtesy of our friends at Whiteout and Buckle Up for Life, Wyoming. Stewart just missed that one again at the middle of the net.
I think that might have been just a little tight for her that time, but just a little off timing. If we can get that down, she's going to be a force.
Coach Davis talking with Lena Whitney on the sideline. You saw in that camera angle. Rasmussen deep and in.
Nice job.
Everybody is. It's online betting now, DraftKings and FanDuel and everything. We need a pool of when we'll get our first official line review. And Rasmussen sends that one into the net. Kim was going through her checklist of stuff she needed prior to the game, and they needed the red flags that the line judges are holding, and I go, can we get orange ones with a Rustler logo on it? She's like, I doubt it. And I'm like, well, our net has Rustlers and stuff on it. Why not the... Then she said, oh, I need something green, because apparently that's the challenge.
Yeah, she called me. Do we have any green construction paper?
So they just hold it up then. I thought they got to throw it out there like an NFL coach, throw it out the challenge flag, but they have to hold up something green? Is that how that works?
I guess.
Block again. Sarah Maservi in the front row with Lindsay Stewart. Sarah listed at 6'2", Stewart at 6'3". That's a pretty good wall to get over and through and around. Johnson will serve. Central the 5-point advantage, 16-11. You took the day off tomorrow?
Yep. Nothing better than watching volleyball. So
I was going to say we will be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow when Central takes on North Platte. Ryan down the line and in.
Set. Did you see that set by Hallie? That was For a libero, that was a killer set.
You know, I think liberos have to be, in a sense, backup setters.
Totally.
Because they usually end up being the second hit if it's the server, the setter that gets that first one.
You know, it gets out of system. That's who they go to.
As good as the set was not how the serve went for Hallie. I've had the girls fill out a survey and tell me a little bit about themselves achievement-wise, so we'll get through some of that as the season goes on, and Meservey pounds one down.
Look at that front row. I mean, you know, Ella's setting to Sarah, to Presley, and Elena. I mean, that's
yeah, and Ella, your setter's 5'10".
Yeah.
On top of that, and Lena's 5'10", and then you got the 6'2", 6'3s that you're setting to.
That's a power front row right there.
Quincy Matthews, the other setter, at 5'11", with an 18-12 advantage. Central leading 1-0 after a 25-7 game one. Back row, Nora. And that one fielded by Sandage, but the second hit was out of bounds, and Coach Quiggle's going to burn his second time out. At the 19-12 mark here of game number one. Again, tomorrow, Central will play twice. Get a little breakfast in volleyball at 9 a.m. Someone asked me, what's the earliest game you've ever broadcast? We had to do an 8 a.m. first round at the Region 9 volleyball tournament when they would play those loser-out games prior to, like, they
playing game kind
of the two courts side by side, sideways, and then switch to the one. 8 a.m. on Halloween Day in Cheyenne. 8 a.m. is the earliest I've ever broadcast
8 a.m. man.
Game.
Was there much energy?
Yeah, and unfortunately Central did not win that, and it was like you barely got there and you're already on the way home from things. But 9 a.m. tomorrow. Then again, if you can't make the 9 a.m. game, you can watch it on the CWC Rustlers YouTube page. You can get there through rustlerathletics.com. And then another game at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll play two Nebraska schools. They'll play North Platte at 9. They'll play McCook at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And all the games will be right here on the YouTube channel. And sending that one to the right side, Anderson, and just kind of skims off of Rachel Workman's first hit and can't control it, and Riley Hunt will go back to serve it up for CNCC. And if you like volleyball, there'll be a lot of it as Whitney finds the campfire on CNCC.
5 games tomorrow, is that what you said? Or
there are 5 games, yeah. CWC North Platte at 9, McCook and Colorado Northwestern at 11, Gillette North Platte at 1, Central McCook at 3, and Colorado Northwestern Gillette will be the nightcap, if you will, at 5 o'clock. See, the way I score, that's an ace.
Yeah.
Kind of like the second assist in hockey. Coach Davis secretly calls out the serve that we just broadcast out on the internet. Ryan serving, 8-point Central advantage. And that one is out. Blocked by Workman, but blocked out of bounds, and the kill registered for Sandage. She's out of DeBeck, Colorado, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, that's a small town, very small town.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. So like
I have heard of that one.
Spring other towns on me. And Rasmussen.
That was great. That's hopefully you're going to see that from Rustler Volleyball. Really quick, low set, so they didn't have time to get anybody blocked on the outside over there.
22-14. Central again trying to end a 5-game skid as Whitney will get an ace.
But you know, that 5-game skid, I mean, a 3-2 loss to Utah State University Eastern.
The 4th-ranked team in the country.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, and then you turn around and against CSI lose 3-1, and Kim said that could have easily, I mean, they were in that, it was much tighter than a 3-1 loss.
I think it's the 2-10 record very deceptive for Central. They're a much better volleyball team than that record indicates. Workman cross, good dig by Hunt. Jousted the net, won by Stewart. Free ball over Medina. Matthews middle set again. Much better swing. Second opportunity, third, fourth, fifth.
She had 4 hits herself.
Yeah, getting the kill there is Stewart. That ace, by the way, by Lena Whitney, her 14th of the season, second high on the team. Rasmussen has 19. 3 of them came back to back to back in game number 1. Game point. Just got a brand new pen and already the lid fell off, or the cap fell off the end of it here, so. That's a swing and a kill by Workman, and it's 25-14. So CNCC doubles their point output from game 1, but still end up falling by double digits. 25-7, 25-14. Central out in front, 2-0. Third game coming your way in just a few. This is Rustler Volleyball from Rustler Media.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Welcome to Bailey Tire and Auto Service, your local tire and auto repair specialist in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local, choose Bailey Tire and Auto, where your satisfaction hits the road.
The crowd is roaring, the whistle sounds, and a new season kicks off. Behind every pass, every drive, and every hard-fought point, Hot Springs Health is there. From Fremont County to Worland and right here in Thermopolis, their clinics care for every athlete like family. With modern equipment, trusted providers, and sports equipment ready when you need them, Hot Springs Health keeps our athletes strong and ready to play. This season and every season, Hot Springs Health proudly stands with our hometown teams.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
25-7, 25-14, Central victorious. And they lead 2-0. Central starts out with a point.
Nora has sure been playing a lot better lately. I watched that tournament in Arizona, and she struggled a little bit, but seeing some good hits out of her today.
That, unfortunately, is not one of them. She had 3 straight aces in the first set. Serving Sandage. Coco Dennison with the receive, and a shot to the back row by Stewart. Coco's real name, as she goes back to serve, is Cameron, and she's only been known as Coco.
Always?
Her dad wanted to name her Cameron. Her mom wanted Coco for Coco Chanel. So they settled on, well, we'll name her Cameron and call her Coco, apparently. And Coco sends that one wide.
So that's interesting. I had not heard that.
She filled that out on that little survey that I had asked the kids to fill out, and I appreciate them doing so. Rasmussen put over by Ryan. It kind of went long for Whitney and set down by Ryan.
It's kind of a fake attack by Lena. So that's what I looked down at the roster when Kim had that, and I said, who's Cameron Dennison? So that's Coco.
That's Coco. Meservey and Svensson out. Workman and Matthews in. Quincy will serve. Swing and a block by Whitney. Nice pickup by Ryan. They'll go back to Presley, and she'll put it down.
That was kind of a roundhouse, wasn't it?
Kind of a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sky hook over the head hook shot drop.
Sky hook kill. That will tell her she just invented the newest kill.
Central has 7 team blocks already in this one. Coco, 10-foot line. Workman, good dig by Jensen. That was a weird angle that came to her at. Matthews gets first hit, so Coco becomes the second. Right side, Ryan touched, and a point for Presley Ryan.
Really smart decisions by our hitters. Just not trying to do too much, just using angles to their advantage.
7 aces by Central as well in this game. Now 8 as if on cue, as Quincy Matthews gets her 13th of the season. Nora Rasmussen leads with 7 kills right now. Presley has 3, Lindsay has 4, Rachel has 4, Lena has 4. 6-2 Central is out. In this one, already 5 blocks for Lindsay Stewart in this one. Another block coming, Workman and Whitney. Excuse me, that was Diggs that she had 3 blocks and 2 block assists.
Okay.
For. Still ends up being 5 though, doesn't it? As Quincy sends that one wide to the outside, does Matthews. Jensen receive Ryan. Back to Presley. Down the line and tally her 4th kill of the night.
Kind of hard when you're setting a block over here, unfortunately, with your setter who's 5'5".
Dakota Hall will check into the lineup for Faith Jensen. 8-3 Central. They lead 2 games to none, having won the first 25-7 and the second 25-14. And
that
another
was
ace.
I didn't think that had a chance of going over the net, and it just died.
Ace number 4 of the season for Presley Ryan. Ace number, 9 of the night for Central. 9 service aces. Flat-footed shot comes over from Hunt. Workman, not flat-footed, puts that one down hard in front of Hall.
And we're doing a good job. Our setters are Quincy and Ella feeding kind of both sides. There's
distribution.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with that.
Diversifying the portfolio, if you will. 10-3 and another ace.
That one is almost in the same place as her other.
2 out of 3 aces on the last 3 serves for Presley Ryan. 11-3 the score. Again, thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the new media class. Neil and Gordon, our camera peeps up here tonight. Their first ever opportunity at doing so, and doing a heck of a job, I might add. Rasmussen.
Holy cow.
Off a block and tallies. Nora's 8th kill. She leads all killers tonight with 8. CNCC had 9 coming into this set as a team, and Nora has 8. And we've got a timeout by Coach Quiggs. Again, he was the head coach at Sheridan College, and he had recruited a Riverton product, Alexis Motisi, who then spent 2 years at Central and actually left after putting her name in the record books for rebounding on the basketball court. She played 2 sports here, did Alexis.
Wow.
But she never got to play for Coach Quigley and Sheridan because they axed the program in, April, I guess, of that year of 2020. And probably later on, I guess, everything happened, I guess, at state basketball, which is in March, when they started shutting everything down, and then kids lost their soccer seasons and that kind of stuff. And then Sheridan just up and cut programs at Gillette and Sheridan, which precipitated Gillette to secede from the union, if you will, from Sheridan College and become their own college. And they're undefeated on the season, by the way, 12-0.
Gillette volleyball is?
Coming into Riverton.
That's what Fred Ann Soto told Kim, is Coach Davis, that they're pretty good team. New coach.
Almost another ace. There'll be a few coaches new because Coach Keister is no longer at Northwest. Of course, you have Angel Sharman, the veteran down in Casper, the longtime veteran. Fred Ann Soto at Western. George there at Eastern after winning it all last year at Region 9 and going on to Nationals. Long volley here, and hard volleys too. Hard digs and pickups, and ball still in play. Roll shot coming from the back row. Quincy to Lena, and she'll find Pater in the middle, in the back, and score. I would imagine when it's 13-3, you may not see a challenge. I think you're going to see challenges when it's 23-22 and something's close.
You're just chomping at the bit.
I am dying to show off our technology, but technology that's given poor Jacob South ulcers this last couple of weeks in anticipation, and that ball sails out, and Central with a 14-3 advantage.
Presley still serving?
Yeah. She's been there a while.
Yeah.
Second hit. Can't go over by Cox. She tried to find the campfire.
Percentage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, another ace. What is this, the third ace out of this exchange, too?
Yeah. She's going to look really good in the serve category.
That puts Central in double-digit ace territory.
Wow.
I think they have 11 now for the match. Roll shot just barely got over the tape, and Rasmussen drills one in front of the libero Medina, who got as low as she could and then just turned her head, waited for the worst.
Nora is really playing well tonight.
That is her 9th kill, approaching double digits in the kill category for Central. Central won the first 25-7, and they're out well in this one. It's 16-3, and Nora
another one
puts another one down.
And again, I think that's a good place to set, just because there's not a good matchup on the other side of the net block-wise.
Timeout, Coach Quiggle. 17-3. Again, we'll be back at it tomorrow, 9 a.m. when Central will take on North Platte.
I didn't realize, I was looking up information on Rangeley today. Rangeley's just has about 2,500 people that live in that town. I didn't realize it was that small.
And did they not have 2 campuses? Like, did they spread that out between Craig, Colorado and Rangeley? I think they had, like, at one point, I remember, if I remembered correctly, their soccer teams played in Craig and kind of had stuff on that campus, while basketball and other sports were at the Rangeley campus. But I don't know how much that is true. They've had a couple of different athletic directors in the last couple of years.
I wonder what do you know the distance between the two communities? Must not be very far, huh?
I do not know that, but they play in that Region 18 with Salt Lake and CSI and Snow and Utah State Eastern, and that is a battle week in, week out in that conference for sure. Rasmussen, double-digit kills now at 11, unofficial 11. She had 7 coming into this set, according to the official stats from the Kylan Schultz accounting firm. And Presley Ryan has served a ton of those. And another kill for Rasmussen, and guess who's still serving?
I'm saying Presley better miss one because her arm is going to be too tired to serve tomorrow.
I think you and I, at our advanced age, underestimate the resiliency of the younger bodies.
We do not remember what's that. Oh, there's a good kill that time.
They had about, I don't know, it was right at 5, and they play at 6, and that's a good answer to kill the rally right there for Colorado Northwestern. And Lena says, we're going to eat. I'm like, how can you do that? How can you eat right an hour before this? And I'm thinking of my old bones trying to go and do that. And she's like, well, you don't get anything heavy. And I'm like, well, then in that case, for me, it would be ice cubes probably. There's a hard shot by Whitney that gets caromed off the ceiling. And Central
just
scores
like the rest
another.
of our body, digestion just takes longer.
Comprehension takes longer for me. Whitney. Hall had the receive. Free ball comes over. Sandage. Back set Workman. Had to adjust a skosh on that one.
Oh, man, good save.
Set it up nicely in the middle for Anderson, and should be for Gronwaller. She put it down, but Central was there to dig it up. Whitney, back row, Ryan. Arm still not tired. Block Central, but just in front of the diving Ryan. And CNCC will score, and here comes LeBleu back into the ball game. Tallest players on the list, Larrabee, she did not make the trip. She's from Hutto, Texas, listed at 5'11". They have a couple of 5'10s. Actually, Gronwaller 6'2", Anderson at 6 foot. On the height ledger, Dennison receives. Stewart touched, sends it long, does Cox past the diving Medina, and it's 21-5 Central. Here comes Svensson, number 10, back into the contest, and Meservey right behind her, entering the frame at number 5. So you have 6'3" Meservey, 6'3" Stewart standing there next to each other. And then you think, Rasmussen, how much shorter is she? She's 5'10" up there at the net, so it's not. Stewart in.
Nice set that time by Ella. That's the thing. I mean, when you have Lindsay, Sarah, and Lena as your middles, you got to figure out how to get them all in the game, because otherwise there's one setting on the bench. That's kind of the hard part for Coach Davis.
22-5 Central, looking to make this a 3-0 night, and that one goes long from Hunt. And it's 23-5, and Svensson, I'm gonna have to talk to her because I do not know how to pronounce the town that she's from. Svedala? Svedala.
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
And it's a pretty small town, according to Ella.
That's a double, and then a second hit made it a quadruple a little bit there. And it's match point, Central.
She doesn't actually play volleyball in Svedala. Her club team is just to take a train ride, about a 20-minute train ride to go where she plays.
Swing.
Oh, nice dig.
Good dig by Ryan. Rasmussen, why not end it on one of her kills because she's had the most on the night. Can't. Touch block Stewart, but it comes down on the Central side, and LeBleu tallies for the Spartans from Rangeley, Colorado.
I think when you play such a high level preseason, it's easy to forget how good you are. This wrestler team is really good, and I think, oh, wow.
Stewart emphatically ends the night. Do you want to finish that thought?
No, I just think, it's probably a good little confidence booster for them to remember, hey, we are really good. We've just played a lot of good competition. And I mean, tomorrow it's going to be against McCook and North Platte, going to be some good games too, but definitely a good way to start this tournament off.
Central wins it 25-7, 25-14, 25-6. And they are now 3-10 on the season with the W. They end the 5-game skid, and more importantly, get a home win and help get that confidence level up.
Yeah,
as well.
that was. This has been a good one, and it's good to see everybody get involved. Great blocks, great serving. Nora had a super night tonight, so a lot of fun.
Texting the coach because she'll get it on her watch.
Yep.
And send us a player up here. Hopefully we'll get you some final stats here in 1 second. 25-7, 25-14, 25-6. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this with our Bailey Enterprises postgame show. That's next. You've been watching Rustler Volleyball.
Welcome to Bailey Tire and Auto Service, your local tire and auto repair specialist in Riverton and Lander. Say no to endless online tire listings and experience the convenience of local service. With unbeatable prices and top quality tires, we're here to change the game. Quality service and expert staff ensure you always get the right fit for your car. Choose local, choose Bailey Tire and Auto, where your satisfaction hits the road.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Ding dong.
Mountain Dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Don't leave your future up in the air. Always wear a seatbelt and reduce your risk of death of serious injury in a crash by almost 50%. Buckle up, Wyoming.
Final scores on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard here tonight in favor of Central. They go 25-7, 25-14, and 25-6. And let's look at some final statistics in this one. For Central, leading the way, Nora Rasmussen had 12 kills, 7 for Lindsay Stewart, 6 each for Presley Ryan, Rachel Workman, and Lena Whitney. They also would come up with 12 service aces
12
tonight. Yeah, 12. Rasmussen had 3, Presley Ryan had 3, 2 for Johnson, Matthews, Whitney, Dennison, and Svensson all had 1 as well in this tonight. And assists, 18. Quincy Matthews, 7 for Ella Swenson to lead the way. They had 34 assists on 75 points, so half.
Wow.
Pretty much coming up.
Yeah, I don't think you're probably going to have a hard time topping that from the ace department. That's...
Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
12 aces. Nicely done. Blocks tonight. Well, and Presley Ryan had 15 digs, too. Say that in the back row as well. Quincy Matthews had 8. And where is our libero? Where is she at? She had 5, did Hallie Johnson. on the digs. Match time took 57 minutes to play 3.
And I missed 7, so.
Yeah, you missed a lot of game 1. But you had prior commitments, but you took tomorrow off. So,
yes, can't wait.
We appreciate that. Let's look at some stats for Colorado Northwestern. Leading the way in kills, they had a trio of players with 3. Anderson had 3. Sandage and LeBleu had 3 each as well. How about this stat? Colorado Northwestern had 12 kills. Nora Rasmussen had 12 kills.
Oh, wow.
For Central. You talk about how lopsided this one ended up being for Central. They had 1 service ace that came from Faith Jensen. On the assist side of the equation, where are those? Got to learn how to read the thing. Cox had 7 assists, 9 digs by Medina, their libero, here today as well. You can check out more on the Rustler Athletics website.
Whoa!
Yes, we're going to talk with Nora Rasmussen right after we do this quick break. 12 kills tonight. We'll talk with her after this. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back on the postgame show with our player of the game, Nora Rasmussen, right after this.
Out here, we don't measure wealth in dollars. We measure it in peace of mind and freedom. We've grown beyond a single town to something much bigger, elevating how you bank. And it's time our name caught up with who we've become. A credit union forged in iron, retrofitted for possibilities, grand altitude, helping all of Wyoming live a life well lived.
The crowd is roaring, the whistle sounds, and a new season kicks off. Behind every pass, every drive, and every hard-fought point, Hot Springs Health is there. From Fremont County to Worland and right here in Thermopolis, their clinics care for every athlete like family. With modern equipment, trusted providers, and sports equipment ready when you need them, Hot Springs Health keeps our athletes strong and ready to play. This season and every season, Hot Springs Health proudly stands with our hometown teams.
Fremont Therapy Group has been a proud supporter of Wyoming athletes for over 25 years, providing highly trained clinicians to treat athletes and their families one-on-one. Locally owned by therapists, Fremont values commitment to professionalism, expertise, and community. Our services include hand therapy, orthopedic therapy, pre- and post-rehab, and aquatic therapy, and more. Set up an appointment today in Lander, Riverton, Green River, Rock Springs, Saratoga, or Rawlins. FremontTherapyGroup.com.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Welcome back to the Bailey Enterprises postgame show. 3-0 the final. Central wins it 25-7, 25-14, 25-16. And talking with, are you a mailroom employee or are you Steve's intern or what are you? What's your job title?
I technically work for Steve, and I'm only in the mailroom just because they're short-staffed right now.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha. Nora Rasmussen is with us. Let's see. At one point you had 3 aces in a row, which brings you to 19. And then you end up with 12 kills tonight. I have you at. What's your high in those areas, and how did this compare to that?
Typically, I feel like 3 aces is pretty normal. Maybe not back to back.
I was going to say back to back to back.
But maybe in a game, 3 aces is pretty normal. Kills, I hardly ever keep track. It's probably not an all-time high, but it's probably pretty average.
What the doctor ordered for this team? I mean, you're 2-10, but not a 2-10 team, I don't think, and I think that showed tonight. But nice to be at home, nice to get a win, that kind of thing.
Yes, I would definitely agree. We definitely have been playing tougher teams, and it's been seasoning us to get ready for the season, and I think that we proved that tonight.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's been crazy because I think you guys have gotten better every tournament, and that showed up at CSI.
Yeah.
But how do you kind of keep your focus and remind yourself that it's preseason? I mean, I think there's a lot of probably high expectations. So how do you kind of keep that focus?
I just play. I think my mindset is just a next ball mindset. So even if we are losing to teams over and over and over again, we are getting better, and the next ball is coming. So we just have to be ready for it.
How is, like he said, the mindset, I guess, of the whole team after this one is over? Like, okay, hey, we're back on the right track then, or how was the mindset?
Our mindset has flipped a little bit. I think we are definitely on the uphill of our mindset of we are a good team and we know how to play together. We just have to show that, and we did.
What do you know about the rest of the teams that are here? North Platte, McCook, what's been the focus of practice? Has it been just black and orange, or are you scouting other teams and figuring out things too?
We've done a little bit of scouting, and we're just excited to play them tomorrow. We haven't played them. I don't think we've ever played North Platte. Maybe we did last year. I remember McCook a little bit, but I'm just excited to play them.
Man, is it nice to not have to drive for
I think that's the best thing ever.
Head back to a motel room.
We finally can sleep in our own beds.
I mean, it seemed like you had a lot more energy tonight. Mm-hmm. Did it feel like that?
Yeah, we didn't have to sit on a bus for that long, or at all.
You could go to class tomorrow, but you can't because you got to play at 9 and then again at 3, unless you got something sandwiched in the middle there that you could go to. So.
No, it's a Friday tomorrow. Come on, we don't have class on Fridays.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah. I've been thinking it's been Friday all day today, so I'm surprised I didn't say Saturday tomorrow.
Is there any, when I look at that, what areas as a team do you think that you need to improve in? As thinking about the week of practice, even this weekend, what areas are you really working on?
We're constantly working on our serve receive, keeping that consistent and in system. And I think our serve receive was pretty on point tonight. There were a couple maybe out of system balls, but we've also been working a lot on our defense and blocking and just making sure that that's strong and ready to go.
Appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow, 9 a.m., then back at 3.
Yep, thank you so much.
All right, appreciate it. Nora Rasmussen, which I said I did not call you Moose.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I toyed with it, but no, I said no. So, Nora, thank you. Thank you so much for coming up. Central wins it tonight, 25-7, 25-14, 25-6. And now 3-10 on the year, and they will play at 9 a.m. against North Platte. You can watch it here on CWC Rustlers on YouTube. You can watch it here in the stands as well. If you come up, they'll play again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Devin, final thoughts?
Yeah, and like I said, I just think this was a good game. We see that, and I think Nora kind of acknowledged what I thought is, that I think the team's definitely seeing their trajectory going upward and just starting to play their best volleyball. So hopefully they can bring that back at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, definitely. They'll have kind of a quick turnaround.
Yep.
Come back in 18 hours or so to do so. Thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the new media class and Gordon and Neil that were up here in the booth. For Devin Davis, I'm John Gabrielson. Central wins it 3-0. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again around 8:50 tomorrow morning. Boy, that sounds early to say that. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:50 tomorrow morning with the CWC Volleyball Invitational.